and your champion.
The debate team is back from the state tournament with record-breaking results.
7 state titles in a row, and that's only part of the success.
We'll hear from the debate coach and 3 competitors who earned state titles of their own.
Hi, I'm Jason Lopez Martinez.
And I'm Courtney Thorstensen, and you're watching Eagle Zone. We'll get to the debate story later in the show. But first, the nation faces dangerous drug trends.
And South Dakota is battling the trends too. Drug overdose deaths are up, and officers are finding a lot more fentanyl on the streets. Eagle Zone's Alec Baltima talks with people who warn you to stay away from drugs. Alec?
In this story, we talk with 2 people who say they used drugs in high school. They got in trouble for it and regret their decisions. We didn't want actions from their past to cause more damage than they already have, so we've hidden their identities. But they want their experiences to show why drugs are not a good choice. The people in these stories are hidden behind the shadows for a reason, but they don't want their stories to be.
Was shot at, overdosed, almost died.
The person behind that shadow is out of high school. The person behind this shadow is still in high school.
I don't know, just my life up and I didn't want to be around those people anymore.
Principal Jason Uttermark joined School Resource Officer John Kern and Prevention Specialist Thomasina Rohrbach concerned with drug trends across the country and right here in Aberdeen.
You know, I've been principal here for 18 years, and substance use and abuse waxes and wanes during that entire time. And right now, I'd say we're probably on a slight upbeat.
And that's not just the high school, but the whole region. Roberts County reported a major drug bust. They seized more than $3.5 million worth of fentanyl being transferred through the state. Right here in Aberdeen, police reported this bust. According to Aberdeen Police Department's annual report, there was a 35% increase in drug-related calls from 2018 through 2021. The department hasn't released 22 numbers yet.
The things that you're seeing happening in your community are obviously mirroring right into the high school, right into the middle schools, and who knows, maybe even the elementary schools.
Well, I tried smoking weed at the age of 9, and then I didn't start smoking it frequently until 11, and then like hard drugs like acid, I tried when I was like 12, like Adderall, Xanax, I did at like just a really young age.
At that young of an age, it is dangerous because the brain is still developing.
We know that substances cause the chemical reaction in the brain for them to not make good decisions.
I guess one time really bad in my meth use, I walked into the place I was buying meth from and there was just someone overdosed dead, laying there. People weren't doing anything about it. So like that just shows how like drugs ruin your morals and like change you as a person.
The police did get involved, he said, but the fact that it even happened shows how much drugs affect a person. So why use?
I would say it's not a black and white answer, but definitely depression, lack of knowledge of the substance, peer pressure, coping skills, family history, and trauma.
Just the people I was around.
The school will hand out punishments and so will the law.
This is a challenge that goes beyond just simple consequences oftentimes. We just want to be helpful. The students just have challenges. Yes, it's illegal. We have to deal with that side of it. Yes, it's against school rules. We have to deal with that side of it. But the end result is even the legal system their goal is to be helpful.
And you can help. What students may call snitching, others call being a friend.
If you're seeing a student, your student, or a friend that you feel like might be in danger or abusing a substance, it starts with you.
The best way for students to help themselves is to not do it in the first place.
If that is a decision you choose to make, you aren't alone. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, the percentage of teens reporting substance use in 2022 held steady after significantly declining in 2021.
Really not as cool as people think it is. You don't need to do it. Don't do it because in the long run it just ruins you, your family, like your morals.
This isn't just about simple consequences. It's a matter of life or death. This chart shows overdose death rates across the state. Even though it varies from year to year, trends show a gradual rise.
Thanks, Alec. Evan Howard also worked hard putting that story together. People in the story warned you not to start drugs, but what if you are already battling an addiction? Courtney took a trip to Avera Addiction Center and talked with the counselor to know where people can find help.
That's right, Jason. Maybe it's you, a friend, or family members who need help with substance abuse. If that's the case, this story will give you ideas of places to go and people to talk to. At Avera Addiction Center, counselor Karen Hofer has worked with people of all ages and has advice for everyone.
Don't be afraid to reach out because you're not alone. That's the best thing that I can tell you. That we're understanding, that we're not judgmental, that we're going to have compassion, that we're going to direct you in the right path, whatever that might be, and not force you into do anything that you're not ready to do.
Hofer wants to break the stigma of searching for help and bring awareness to the struggles of addiction.
In the past, we used to call people alcoholics or addicts, and today it's, person first. This is a person that's living with a substance use disorder, and it's really important to be okay to talk about it.
Adults aren't the only ones who can receive help. Teens can too, and without parent permission.
Teenagers could go online and search treatment for alcohol or treatment for marijuana or treatment for whatever, and they could find places in South Dakota that would offer them support services.
Hofer wants people to know the process of reaching out or confronting addiction or substance abuse so they're more comfortable with it.
So we go through that whole, your whole what's going on in your life and try to figure out what's happening. So then we try to match them to the thing that's going to help them the most.
If you or someone you know needs help, please reach out to Addiction Help Services and know that you are not alone. The school is taking proactive steps to keep kids from making dangerous decisions. One of the main people taking part in these steps is School Resource Officer John Kernan.
Officer Kernan is very active with the school, trying his best to build relationships with students and staff. Here you can see Kernan doing the famous gritty at the most recent school pep rally. And here, we've shown this clip before at the past Eagle Zones episodes, but here is Officer Kernan making donuts with food concepts class.
But Kernan says, quote, "It starts with you, the students. Students are just the beginning of a long chain of people who can better our school and community. Here at Aberdeen Central, we have a club called SAD, Students Against Destructive Decisions. These students are part of the group that promotes making safer choices."
And this year, SAD was nominated for the STAR Award in our local community. STAR stands for Students Taking Active Responsibility. The award is presented to a youth organization for their dedicated efforts in the community. Within our SAD group, we have multiple state board members and a national board member. Congrats to the SAD and all their members. We'll be right back after these messages created by Media Production students.
I've enjoyed learning and, meeting new people and making friends. A variety of classes the district has. I think that's really nice. Our elementary school was the best. I loved the nap time. That was really refreshing.
This is the more calmer school because the other schools I've been to, there's a fight every other week. It was pretty crazy. And there's also pretty much a lot of different courses in this school. There is some pretty cool people here I've met, and I enjoy hanging out with my friends. So.
I'm from Palau. It's a small island in the Pacific next to Hawaii. Aberdeen has been very welcoming to me ever since I got here. People are so nice. Teachers actually listen to the students.
I come from Paris in France, and school is way different from here. I feel accepted. It's pretty easy to have friends.
The winter postseason is wrapping up for sports and other groups from Aberdeen competing. Eagle Zone's Will Ewalt joins us with results. Will?
Thanks, Courtney. Aberdeen Speech and Debate is back with a state title and a couple of state records. As the team left school for state, they knew heading into the tournament they had a target on their back.
We focused on just the competition ahead of us. When we lost the qualifying round to get the Nationals in public forum, we immediately went to work for state. And the word across the entire debate community was Aberdeen Central is coming for their state title and they're going to not be denied this year.
This is the team's 7th win in a row. That is a AA state record. It scored more than 163 points, which is another state record. And that's the team as a whole. Breaking it down, out of 6 events, Central came back with 4 champions. Abia George and Sammy Hagee took the title in public forum.
My first reaction was relief, because you're the senior team walking into a final round, or even just the tournament in general. It's if you lost, it's kind of embarrassing, because it's you're the one with the more experience. So it was honestly just relief and then a rush of happiness, because all of that hard work that Abia and I had put in is it paid off.
So what's really awesome about our team was we took 9 kids to state, and of those 9, there are 8 females and 1 male. And in debate land, having a total female team is very rare. And if you look at the state champions, there's only 1 male state champion this year. He came from Aberdeen. That's Caleb Ringenberg.
It was just a rush of a bunch of stuff. I don't even know how to describe it.
Junior Brianna Woolman is the state championship in oratory, and senior Kayla Waltman took the title in informative speaking.
I guess the entire year of just working really flashed back because, like, you know, I really wanted it and I was just really happy that I got it.
The 7th in a row is impressive, but this is also the 11th championship for the team out of the last 12 years. The winter sports season is over for Aberdeen Central. Basketball was the final sport left to compete, and the girls and boys team both lost in the SODAC 16. The girls team traveled to 4th-ranked Sioux Falls Jefferson and fell 57-41 in a game that was close up until the end. The boys team visited 4th-ranked Yankton. The final score of that match was 68-52. Looking ahead to spring sports, Aberdeen has squads in golf, tennis, track and field, and softball. We'll preview those sports and follow their progress right here on Eagle Zone. Jason?
Thanks, Will. Now we'll send it over to Max Jamie for this week's recap in Spanish. Hola, Max. ¿Qué tienes para nosotros esta hora?
Hola, Jason. Cubrimos un tema serio esta semana, las tendencias de las drogas ilegales. Las muertes por sobredosis de drogas han aumentado en el país. La policía de Aberdeen está investigando más casos de drogas. Hablamos con 2 personas que consumían drogas cuando estaban en la escuela y les dicen a los estudiantes que se arrepienten de sus decisiones y que es mejor no consumir drogas. Avera tiene un centro de tratamiento de drogas en Aberdeen. Los consejeros dicen que no debes tener miedo para pedir ayuda si tienes una adicción. El equipo de discurso y debate de Aberdeen ganó un campeonato estatal. El equipo compitió muy bien y rompió un récord estatal. Han ganado 7 campeonatos estatales seguidos.
Gracias, Max. We have one more thing we'd like to show you. We've missed a lot of schools because of the storms this year.
But we thought that Dr. Guffin and the school board should see what some kids are doing at home as they decide how many of those days we should make up. Here's a snowman an elementary student from CC Lee created. Look at the shape of the snowman. Looks like some serious geometry skills to me.
And the plastic bucket on top of his head, that's some creative recycling. All the details into this project might take more energy than a gym class. I think this makes up for some snow days.
But we'll have to wait to see what they decide. That's all for this episode of Eagle Zone. You can always watch our stories whenever you want by scrolling down to the Eagle Zone section of the school district website. That's aberdeen.k12.sd.us.
We leave you this week with a video of students during class at Holgate Middle School. With Eagle Zone, it's your boy, Jason Lopez Martinez.
And I'm Courtney Thorstensen. See you next week.